This season of Meet in the Middle is sponsored by PopSpecs.
They're the eyewear brand changing the game. You walk in, choose your frames, and get prescription lenses in just 20 minutes.
Which is quicker than it actually takes us to start recording this podcast.
And the best bit?
What's the best bit, Jake?
The price won't destroy your bank balance. They've got plenty of styles, so you're not stuck with boring glasses.
Visit pop-specs.com or visit one of their UK stores.
PopSpecs, changing the way you buy eyewear.
How's it going? I'm Ben from season 1 of The Irish Traitors. Catch me on the next episode of the Meet in the Middle podcast, where we talk all things traitors.
Viewers saw Ben the traitor. What's the part of you that they didn't see on the show?
If you could reveal one secret that no one saw on the edit, what would it be?
If the Traitors did an all-star season, would you return?
You, of course, shared that both your parents had gone through cancer diagnoses.
I tend to get upset on my own. If I'm in bed or if I'm in the car or something like that, I'm feeling a bit down, I just burst out crying to her in the car park. Like,
What's been the weirdest interaction?
it was a stranger, but it wasn't a stranger. And he goes, "Yeah, you fucking murdered my daughter,
Who should have won?
Nick." So, by the order of the traitors, you better tune in.
Oh, Jesus, he's falling around the gap.
Do you think I'd come up the line on the bubble?
I know where I'm putting Debbie's sauce.
Hang on, can I submit my confession?
Welcome back to Meet in the Middle, the podcast where Irish and British banter collide, bringing you chaotic laughs, bizarre confessionals, and a whole lot of questionable life advice. I'm James, keeper of confessions and destroyer of dignity, and is the one scheming in the background while pretending to be innocent. I'm joined, as always, by my tolerable co-host, Rachel, host of Boys Catch Yourself On, exposing all the stuff men do that women don't know about, basically making men regret existing, one episode at a time. Then we have Jake, the headline hoarder, reading the news like they're clues in a game of betrayal and judging everyone like he's not the one who didn't cheat. Then we have Danny, our fact-finding legend, calling out lies faster than a traitor getting caught.
Better believe it.
Proving paranoia is not just an art, it's his personality. And finally, fresh from Traitors Ireland on RTE and coming to the BBC in November, it's Dublin-owned Ben Donoghue, a 33-year-old member of the Irish Defence Force who somehow swapped camouflage for cloak and dagger.
Ooh.
Backstabbing, lying, and proving that charm is lying without a smile.
Yes!
Ben, welcome to the
Hello,
podcast.
Ben.
Hi, Ben.
How's it going?
Not too
Good,
bad.
our favourite traitor.
Oh, thanks very much, yeah. No, delighted to be here.
Where's the cloak?
It's packed away. It's packed in. I only bring that out. It's not night time yet, though. So I'm only allowed to bring it out in the dark, you know?
So it's for the bedroom.
Yeah, well,
Steady on.
if your bed is in a conclave, that is, yeah.
Rocking conclaves. How have you been since the show aired?
Yeah, really good. Like enjoying all like everyone's speaking to you on the street and all like that. Like obviously I'm not used to that at all. I'm just coming from a normal background, like with work and stuff. And yeah, it's been a bit mental. Like at the start, I was kind of coming and going. I was just going to work, coming home, so I wasn't really getting the interaction with people. But now I've stepped out a little bit and gone out for a couple of drinks, and yeah, it's mad. The reaction that people have had is not expected at all. Like,
Well, away from the
imagine.
castle and the forces, who is Ben? Like, what do you like to do in normal life?
yeah, I'm kind of a simple kind of fella. Like, you know, I just have a beautiful wife and 2 kids, a dog at home. I do a bit of sports. I just come home from work, mess around with the kids, walk the dog, go to the gym, go on a run. Simple, nothing too extravagant. Just a simple man with a simple life. That's why I wanted to go in there. So, you know, a bit of change and something different that you'll never do again. Like, so then you go back to normal life, and yeah. So it's great to be look back on something like that, and once in a lifetime opportunity.
Ben, you probably don't realise it, but you're the first person on the podcast from Dublin, apart from me, obviously. First guest we've
No
had
way.
from
What's
Dublin.
Yeah.
you don't like the Dubs either, these now?
We love dubs.
We love it.
We love it.
Just about to stick him.
Well, since you're the first one from Dublin, Ben, I have to ask, what was childhood like for you growing up in Dublin?
I had a brilliant childhood, yeah. Really good. Had an amazing mother and father. Had an older brother and a younger sister. All my friends, I have about 8 close friends. and they all grew up on this. There's only about 40 houses on the road, and they all grew up on that road. Like, so I've always had the same friends since I was like 1 year of age.
Love that.
So yeah, it was brilliant. So I was just playing on the streets, playing football, running around, doing stupid stuff kids do, going knacker drinking then when I came to an age, and then the usual. Yeah,
The,
then
the six-pack
No.
of Dutch Gold.
I was more of a what was it?
Druids.
What was the Sawyer Druids? Yeah.
Druids, yeah. I hate cider. I was Dutch
So you
Gold.
weren't like James then, was it? You were nicking barrels of Guinness? No, not barrels of Guinness. What was
no,
it?
it was, never we had this on the podcast before. We used to rob barrels, half-empty barrels from a hotel, which I won't name, and then throw them over a wall, plant them upside down, and then like put a stick in them to try and get the ends out of it. But it turns out they were the empty kegs, and it was just fucking foam we were drinking.
Oh, Martin.
I see, you still get a little buzz off a bit of foam there. Anyway, yeah. Just
you
take a
won at
while,
16
probably.
anyway.
Yeah.
I
What
feel
kind of-
drunk.
What kind of kid were you being?
I suppose I was just, I don't know, I would always think of it like a normal kid, like I was like a cheeky chappy, like always loved messing and having a joke with people. Wasn't great in school, but I wasn't a bad kid in school. Like, it was mad because how me and my wife met. She's only, when I say this now, my wife was a teacher in my school.
Was
But
she?
not when I was a student.
word.
Like, not when I was a student. She's only a year older than me. Like, it wasn't like that. It was years later when I met her. She was a teacher in me school. So like, and then I ended up going on nights out with her, and I'd be sitting there in the pub with like all my old teachers, and like
My
not knowing
God.
their first name,
Weird.
still calling them like sore, and like I was like, oh, this is mental.
Excuse me, sir. Do you want anything from the bar?
Yeah, but then that was because it was like they gave like Kira an insight into what I was like. They were like, he was a lazy bastard, but like he was a nice kid. He was a nice kid, but he was a lazy bastard. Like,
I only watched last night That's My Boy. Have you ever seen that with Adam Sandler? And I forget the other guy's name, where he has sex with one of the teachers and as a kid. But he's like only 12 in that.
My God.
yeah, well, I that wasn't me. You just put that out there now. That wasn't the way.
Exclusive, you heard it here first.
Just clarify.
Getting images of what is it, Notes of a Scandal or something?
Yeah, but I always say that, so I always tell that story, and then people are like, "What?" And I was like, "No, like she wasn't teaching when I was there. Like,
She was only doing
just want to
detention.
emphasize that. Like, I want to emphasize that she wasn't teaching."
Child snatcher?
Yeah.
We were just like, you covered about your childhood. Did that give you an edge you used in the game on the traitors at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I think my personality in there, like I got along with everyone in there. Like, I never got one vote at the round table. Like,
Yeah.
and I know obviously it's an edited show; they only can show certain bits. But some of the episodes I probably didn't come across like that. But I got along with everyone in there. Like, and it might look like that there was obviously people you got along with better. But in general, I think from my outgoing personality and being like a cheeky chappy, always joking, always messing, everyone kind of liked that and gravitated towards me. And like, yeah, so the fact that I got along with everyone, I think helped me in there. Like, so
I love that.
it was easier for them to go look for someone else. Not that they didn't
Yeah.
like, but they were like, right, well, there's enough other people there that I don't have to go looking at Ben. I can go looking at someone else, that way. So I think it did help me. Like,
So thinking about like, you saying you've got that kind of cheeky chappy energy, like was there anyone in your life like growing up that maybe had the biggest influence on you?
all my influences came through football. So like I was just football mad when I was younger. That was it. So I wouldn't say I was actually a really like strict and dedicated kid to football, not anything else. So I don't know. Yeah, no, there was no one else I do because like would have looked up to like as in a cheeky chappy. Where I don't know. I think it just naturally came out of me. And it only comes out of me when I'm in the right environment as well. Like obviously, you can't be sitting at a funeral and being a cheeky chappy. Like you know that way. Like,
100% not,
so there's time and a place for it. Like, but so yeah, it's just when I'm in the right environment that's why it just naturally comes out of me. I think.
And you think the football kind of side is what kind of brought that out?
Yeah. I think when you're in like a team environment and like I love this sort of like stuff. I'd never be able to do a podcast on my own or anything like that. Like I'd need a couple of people to bounce off. Someone says something like that, and like a football team, a dressing room is like that. So that's the environment I'm good at. So that's why I think in the castle I was good at that as well. You're around so many people, and someone will say something, you jump in on them, slag them, then someone else will jump in. So it's the kind of environment I enjoy.
Yeah, and then I suppose with the Irish Defence Forces, you probably have that as well, because that's kind of like a team-based environment, like having a.
That's what I'm saying. It's all I've kind of known. And that's what I'm saying. For me talking on my own, and like since the show, like I've started making like TikToks and doing a bit of social media or whatever like that. And I find myself when I make a video with myself on the camera, I'm like, you're no crack. Like, what is the story with you? Like, it's like, oh, I was like, I wouldn't watch your videos. It's like, but
hard,
it's so awkward.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like, I don't know how people that do it. I don't know how people do it and are good at it. Like,
Well, look, I do enjoy seeing what you have on your plate when you were doing your episode recaps.
Yeah.
You got your biscuits. They've done really well.
they have. I don't know. It's like I was doing like videos of doing like a K a day, and I got up to like doing the 25K kilometer runs, and
Wow.
they would do fuck all views, and then I threw a few biscuits down on the plate and fucking flying up. I was like, what the fuck?
Like flies to shy.
Yeah,
Doing the
it's like
Read My Plate
it
videos.
means the least amount of effort gets the most amount of views.
Like you said about being in the Irish Defence Forces, that's a unique background to have on a show like Traitors.
Yeah.
What drew you into that career?
It was the fact I was actually bad at school. I came out of school in 2008, like it was like fucking smack bang, like at the recession, like, and there was no jobs really going. And the Defence Forces that I actually had an embargo on at the time, they weren't recruiting for years. I think it was 4 or 5 years they weren't recruiting, and they'd literally only started. And I had my granddad was in the army, and my two uncles were actually in the army at the time. And yeah, they were just telling me to go for it, like especially because I didn't do great in school and I didn't really have anything else. So yeah, I just went for it, got it. And yeah, never looked back. It's done really good for me. Like, no bad words to say about the Defence Forces, nothing but good things for me personally. Yeah.
I remember being a 6th year and going to some of the career days and like having like the little setup there for one of the desks for the army, because we're the same age. We probably went to school at the same time as well.
Oh yeah, what are you, 33, 30? I can't even remember what I'm 34. I mean,
33. I always have to do that as well. I always have to, if somebody asks me age, I have to go, my date of birth, I'm like 92. Yeah, I'm 33.
yeah. I think when you hit 30, you don't care anymore. You stop counting.
Exactly, yeah.
We're going to talk a wee bit about the show, Ben. So talk us through the audition process. Like, so what was your audition tape like?
See, mine is going to be completely different to anyone else's. The show, I think, it was looking for people. They had the recruitment thing for like, I think it was 2 months. I think it was between October and November, December or something like that. And I didn't even know what Traitors was then. I only heard about Traitors in like the January, and then I was watching it in February with my missus, watching the English one in bed.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, I think they're like doing an Irish one and they're looking for people. And I was like, oh, and she's like, you should do that. You'd be good on it. And I was like, oh, so she looked it up and it was like, oh, they've stopped. Like the application process is closed. And she was like, just fuck it, just send one in anyway. And so I just made a little video, literally, again, me on my own, no crack. I'm Ben, I'm in the army. Show you, I don't know how, but just sent it off. And then, yeah, got an email straight back. And it kind of just went from there. I done another couple of interviews. And then you had a meeting with like one of the psychiatrists. And just to like obviously check you over to make sure that you're mentally stable to be and going to be robust enough to actually hack the stuff on the show. And then I hadn't heard that from a while. Yeah, free checkup. Well, I'm in the army, all my checkups are free, you know. But yeah, then I didn't know, I didn't hear that for a while. And then I literally found out on the Friday that I was going in, and we went in on the Sunday. Like I was literally last minute.
Wow.
Yeah, it was last minute. So I had to fly around, like, you know, go shop and get all the no-name brands, stuff and all like that. I was like, it was just like, it was a lot of bleeding, dashing around this last minute trying to get stuff sorted.
That sounds a really quick turnaround. I suppose you didn't get enough time to tell people to get their reaction, but for those that you did or were able to, what was their reaction when you got accepted?
Well, they don't want you obviously telling anyone that what you're going and doing, and anyway, so it was grand that way. And like, I just told people I'm in the army, so I just told I was going on a 2 weeks stint in work, which happens, like, that wouldn't be out of the ordinary for me. So like, it was an easy sell for me. So yeah, it was grand.
Perfect cover up.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that
everything
if you were
fell into place, like, you know. Yeah, it all worked out, like, yeah.
Thinking back at that application process, what advice would you give to anyone that's looking to apply? Because I believe that there's applications going out now for the Irish one. So anyone that's thinking, what advice would you give?
Yeah, the only one I can think of is, well, don't do it maybe as late as I did, but like obviously at the start, you're going to get the most amount of people applying at the start when it opens up, like, and how are you going to stand out in a crowd, you know, that way? So I don't know, leave it to the latest stage that you can, or the latest time that you can, just before it closes or something like that, to try, like, give yourself that chance to like stand out more. They obviously hadn't been getting emails for ages, and then obviously mine came out of nowhere and popped up. So like obviously that was an event, like that's one of the main reasons I think I got on. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Did you have the
We were
biscuits
trying-
on the table?
I actually wasn't in the video. It was just a video of biscuits and then me talking in the background.
You were going for a run.
Yeah. I'm Ben and I'm Kimberly Mikado. I'm just looking to get on the show. Yeah.
But maybe that's also something, is the fact that you didn't have to try too hard. You just did a quick video like you yourself on the, do you know what I mean? You weren't doing all of the bells and whistles.
Yeah, and I think like obviously some people can be good at that. It might work for some people, but they don't. I'm sure people did send them videos, and some of them probably did actually got on the show. But if you cast 24 people that are trying to act up and do something like it's not going to gel. It's not going to work as a cast. So I think you'd need a bit of everything. So probably they needed a character like me or someone that came off as a bit mellow like me at the start, and then I
Did
didn't
you
go
have
that
your
way. Like,
uniform on?
no, I'm not like that. I generally don't like showing off like the uniform I'm wearing it, like, you know, that way.
Going into
Yeah,
Supermax
I'm just
to
not.
get a free burger.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing the cloak around everywhere now. I'm wearing that penny joke around. I have it about 2 months there now, and the thing hasn't been washed once.
Crawl itself into the washing machine.
Yeah. I just whistle and then it comes follows me. It does.
Doctor Strange.
Well, just thinking about the uniform now. Sorry, it's in my mind.
Stop.
Did being in the defense forces prepare you for like the amount of paranoia and pressure that was in the castle?
Yeah, no, I thought it would have prepared me an awful lot, as in like, and it's wasn't to do with the job that it didn't, but I find myself like I'm a mentally strong person. Like if people were coming at me, I had no issue with that. I'd never hold it against anyone or whatever like that. If they came at me hard, which did happen, like it's grand. You just take it on the chin and get on with it. Like no hard feelings. I'd never had a bad word with anyone in there when they came for me or anything like that. What I found difficult in it, and because I never actually thought about it, it was when I done something and then upset someone else. When I pulled like a move in there and upset, I hated to see someone upset for the actions that I done, and I wasn't prepared for that. That was the toughest thing I found in there, and that got to me a good few times in there, and you could see like a few times when I got emotional or whatever like that was because you're looking at someone else's reaction and it's a genuine reaction, and like you've done that to them. Them moments were tough.
What was tougher for you? Was it defense forces training or trying to keep a straight face while Kelly Higgins stared into your soul?
I don't mind it when someone's coming at you or staring at you or thinking that it's you. I don't mind that because at the time anyway, when I was a faithful, I didn't mind it because I knew I was a faithful, and so it was like, right, whatever comes at me, I know I have all my points to go back at. So I was never worried about people coming for me or anything like that, or thinking I was a traitor or anything like that. It's completely different when you are a traitor, and
It's
like people are staring at you. It just flips the switch straight away. Then you're like, oh, so much harder.
Is it true that some contestants thought that you and Amy were secretly together?
Yes.
No,
They thought you were brother and sister.
they thought we
didn't
were
as
brother and
well?
sister. Some of them were questioning, like, because we're like from, like, live beside each other, and like obviously we kind of sound a little bit similar. Obviously, she's a bit of a thicker accent than me, but she's kind of has the same banter as me.
Yeah.
We kind of look alike as well, as like, you could see if like people thought we were brothers and sisters and all like that.
Wasn't there something about a tattoo as well?
She has a pitch, like, and it's mad because like my mates at home and like my girlfriend's friends and all like that, they call me Conchita off like Eurovision.
She's a verse.
Yeah. So they slagged me over that, and then when we got in there, and Amy said she had that a tattoo of the bearded lady, and I was like, no way! I was like, get me a picture with that, because like my missus, I get called at home, and then it's like literally identical nearly of me. Like it was brilliant. It was like, yeah, it was actually like no mess. If we grew my hair out long, I was that tattoo. Like,
You should see if Kira has any extensions to put in for you. You can go on as Halloween.
But people must have really looked like quite deeply into stuff like that in the castle, be like, oh, that is a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, no. Like, it was never put to me properly. It was always done in a jokey way, like with me and Amy. We all questioned that there was a relationship in there in some way. We never knew what it would be, but we always questioned it. In my head, it was I was questioning Ian and Vanessa because they're both content creators, and they said they think like bumped into each other before, but never spoke, never had any interactions, but were like in the same building before.
Okay.
And so like I was like that. Well, like
Suspicious.
suspicious, but they wouldn't. How stupid would you be to come in and say that then as well? And then it's like, then you're like, is that a double bluff to throw you off?
Right.
So it doesn't matter what someone says to you, you question it, and then you completely question the opposite of it, and then you go back again. So like, nothing makes sense in there. You're just constantly questioning. But the one that did come out, obviously, no one had a clue what that was. No one would have guessed ever.
Yeah.
Paulie and Andrew.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
say
no
no
one.
more. We'll say no more.
Daddy.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Oh, it was a view.
Obviously, you and Amy weren't secretly together. You were with Kira for 11 years. What was her reaction like watching you on RTE?
Oh, she loves it. She loves it more than me. Like she like obviously because both of us are big fans of the show and all like that. And then when you get to see the production and stuff behind it, and then the first episode I had like a little watch party in my ma's gaff, and we had my little boy Bobby around and all, and he was looking at it and like he's like, "Mom, my daddy's a traitor." He's like, well, I wasn't at the time, but he's like shouting, he's like screaming like after, and he's just like, "Oh, daddy's on the telly, he's a traitor," and all like that. So it was deadly. But yeah, like everyone, my whole family and all, everyone loves it. And it was deadly going each episode, you know, like that. All your mates were so excited and all. They were like, "Oh, what's happening?" And all like, "Oh, that was deadly. Like what happened last night?" and all like that. It just gave a whole buzz in all the WhatsApp groups I was in and all like that. It was dead.
Time for a quick shout out to our official sponsors, PopSpecs.
If you need new glasses, these are the people to see. You pick your frames, they fit the lenses, and you walk out in 20 minutes.
No waiting weeks, no eye watering prices, just proper good eyewear.
Honestly, we love working with Pop Specs. Check out pop-specs.com or visit one of their stores across the UK.
PopSpecs, changing the way you buy eyewear.
For anyone watching now, this is the part where we spill the spoiler beans, so turn over and come back whenever you're done watching Traitors season. So, Ben, you started off as a faithful, but you recruited as a traitor later on. What went through your head in that moment?
Oh, you
Like
actually,
whenever
I
you
didn't
got
want.
the letter, like whenever you got the...
Yeah, when I got the letter, I didn't know whether I was being murdered or being blackmailed. So like that was the first thing that was going in my head, and I was like, obviously you just in my head, please don't be out again, please don't be out again. And then when I did read it, I was happy just to be in the game, but I was still disappointed that now I didn't want to be a traitor at that stage. At that stage, I didn't, because I was having really good fun as a faithful. I was decent at it, and yeah, it was just like we were doing so well at that time as well, because we had a good few days that we kept on catching them, and then for me to be kind of whisked. But the only way I would have wanted to do it was if Nick was a traitor. Like if that's the only thing that saved it. Like if it was anyone else, I wouldn't have wanted to be it. Like not at all. No.
At that point, like, who did you think was the traitor?
I had a feeling it was Nick. One, because he was so good at the game, and there was a reason why he was still in it. Like
because he gave it the big one.
Yeah,
I know
he should have been chopped off long ago. Like he should have been. And then two, I was still in the game. I was like, how are both of us still in it? Like without him, I know I wasn't a traitor, so I was like, how are both of us still in it with one of us not being a traitor? Like then the other one I was feeling was Vanessa. I thought Vanessa might have been as well, because I was close with her again. I thought it was someone I was close with that was going to bring me in, so it was between them two. I thought that they were trying to bring me in.
There was a moment, wasn't there, in the drawing room or something, where I think like Nick was looking really suspicious and he was looking for his jacket or something.
Yeah.
But you were like, well, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, he's caught on. He knows, like...
It was getting to that stage where I know I said it a couple of times. I was like, at the start, you don't have to look at your mates because there's that many people, as in your close mates, because there's that many people and you have that many suspicions on other people. So I'd say to Nick, like, here, I'm having to go I'm going to have to come for you now. Like, and he's like, relax, come on. It's not at that time yet. We don't have to turn on each other yet. Come on. And I was like, it kept on getting closer. And then I pulled them after one of the round tables, I think it was. And I was like, oh yeah, I was serious this time. I was like, here, I'm going to have to start coming for you now. And he was like, and then Amy was in the room and she was like being Amy as she is. She was like, will I go make a cup of tea and leave you two have a chat? And it's like that. Like that's how nice she is. It's like it's a game where it's like, no, if that was me, Amy, you want to sit in on this and try see if there's anything to catch you. She was like, she knew because we were mad close, me and Nick. She was like, oh, I have to let them two have a chat. And then Nick brought me in and he was like trying to like, no, like come on, I'm not one. And he did actually turn me back a little bit. Then I was like, right, he's at the little bastards after fucking talking me off the ledge here like that. Like, I'm not going to go for him now. I'll give him another day at least anyway.
You got suspicious of him whenever he was going to do the hug, when he had to hug someone.
Pisho.
Because he was in and out of the room, and then he was like, what am I going to do? And you were sort of sitting
That's
going,
what I was
what's
talking
wrong
about.
with
Yeah,
you?
it was like he had worms or something like that. He was up and down, up and down. Like, it's like,
He may have
what's
done.
going on here? There's only like 3 of us in that room, and he was up and down, like, and he was like, what is wrong with him? Why can't
it
he
was
still sit still?
suspicious.
I was like, what's wrong with you? He goes, oh, I can't find me jacket. I was like, what?
Your
I
look
was like,
was
they're up in the
priceless.
cloak. They're up in the cloak room where everyone else's fucking jacket is.
The way you just looked at him like, you alright?
Yeah, but that's how stupid I am. Then, like, I actually took for what he said as face value, like, as in, like, he is looking for his jacket. Like, that's how stupid I was.
But you're in the moment then, aren't you? You're sort of in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Sort of touching on that alliance that you had with Nick, obviously it became a focal point within the series as well. In your eyes, looking back, was it a friendship, strategy, or both of how you worked together?
See, at the start, though, I actually was really close with Dave for the day he was in. Me and him were like, because he's kind of like me as well, like, Messer, outgoing, like, me and him were breakdancing in there and all like that, doing stupid stuff. And then it's actually lucky he was there, because he obviously came off like as a bigger personality than me, and that's what got him the chop. So, like, he actually nearly saved me, because if it wasn't him, it was probably going to be me next. But then after, because I know he was suspicious of Nick then. I thought Nick would have made a perfect traitor just by his demeanour at the start. And then when Dave went, and then the more missions we were doing, it was kind of, the first few missions were physical missions, and it was like me and Nick at the top all the time. So, like, we were bonding with that. And then his story is kind of like the same as mine, not the background story, but like, he has a wife a girlfriend, Georgina, that's like roughly around the same age as me. He has 2 young kids. I have 2 young kids. Like, you know, that way, me and Nick are roughly around the same age. So, again, you just bond. It wasn't naturally bonded with each other like that.
I think within the series, you also actually admitted that the loyalty clouded your judgment. What made you think that as well?
As in my loyalty to him?
Yeah, just in the early stages before you were a traitor, and did it obviously swerve you from actually voting for him?
It wasn't actually the loyalty that swerved me. It was actually his actions. Like, so again, I believed a lot of stuff he said. So when he came back and when he turned down the offer to become a traitor, I actually believed him. Now, the majority of people did believe him, but like, I believed him, and I just thought he was like really good at the game. So it was actually, I believed that he was a faithful lad. Less so the loyalty. The loyalty more probably came into it near the end of the game, but in the middle of the game, it was all about his gameplay that I actually believed.
And when you were recruited as a traitor, Ben, when you first put that cloak on, did you feel more like James Bond or Father Dougal?
I probably felt I felt like James Bond, but looked like Father Dougal.
This is a whipping off the clip.
Yeah, I was buzzing with it, especially because when it was Nick, like, it was deadly, like, it was class. But again, me and Nick were like, oh, deadly, this is class. And then when you look at it, you're like, some of the times you come across like a bleed dope. So it's like, looking at me. I was even some of the times I'm sitting there watching with like Kira's ma lives with us. And so I'd be sitting there with like Kira's ma and Kira like sitting on the couch, and I'd be like, I'd say I do something, and I'd just go like that into me couch.
Yeah.
So,
Second-hand cringe.
Yeah. It was
It was
brilliant. Some of them
cinematic.
were brilliant. Yeah, it's like, and then knowing that everyone else in the whole country has the same opinion as well, I was like, yeah, don't blame them. Don't blame them.
It was all the shots of walking down the stairs when you were heading to the conclave, and Nick looked like a villain from Star Wars somehow. I don't know what it was. It was half the cloak over the face coming down the stairs.
I will
The
say
cloaks were
that
huge. The cloaks were built for like someone that was about 8 foot, so you're tripping up over them the whole time.
Bill for Nick. I will say the one
Yeah.
time I felt awkward for you was at that breakfast table when you let slip and you spoke
Oh,
about
Will.
Will in the past tense,
And
and your eyes
And it was-
beaming out of your head.
I caught
I'm so
it straight
close.
away, and was like, thank God I was only a traitor for a short amount of time, because I would have been gone. Like, and I was like, yeah, this was my first breakfast, I think, as a traitor, and I was like, you fucking messing, like, I was like, Jesus.
Did you get to keep the cloak?
No, I didn't get to keep the cloak,
Oh,
unfortunately. Yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I would have liked
crap.
it to. Yeah, I robbed loads of other stuff off the set, but not the cloak.
Oh.
Did you?
Come on,
What
spill
did
the
you
beans.
rob? What did you rob?
I should
No?
have. Yeah, coming back with my suitcase with a load of cookery in and
All the
load of knives and forks. Yeah, all the biscuits. Yeah.
Did you not even get to keep your framed photo? You're like on the
Yeah,
wall of all the.
No, because it's like it's all set up still after like, and when you were gone, like when you're gone off the show, you're gone. Like I didn't get to say goodbye to any of the crew and like say thanks for looking after us. Like it was like you're gone out of there.
Ben, so if you could replay those final days, what one move do you think you would change?
I don't know. It's a tough one. Obviously, there's two there looking back on it, right? So obviously the Faye, like I think me and Nick probably could have won it if we brought Faye to the end, but I don't think I could have done that. Because she was really good friends with me and Nick in there, and the last thing we wanted to do was bring her to the end and do her in the end. And like I think that would have been 10 times worse. So I actually don't regret that. I still thought we could have won it not doing that. Obviously we didn't, but I don't regret that now. So I think that was the right decision. They obviously getting Ian out obviously would have been a better move, but again, looking on it on the telly at home, it's a no-brainer. But when you're in the castle, it wasn't so prominent how good Ian was.
She was
like
brilliant.
She was brilliant,
So
unbelievable. It's just in the castle because she was so quiet. I'm actually really good friends with her. Actually, only after coming from dinner with her today, her and Vanessa.
Oh, amazing!
Nice.
Yeah, they brought me for like a Nigerian meal, like a authentic Nigerian food like that. They did actually, yeah, they did, yeah.
What was it? Jollof and fufu?
Yeah, I got fufu and I'm gonna butcher it here now. No, I'm not even gonna try butcher it.
Right, Vanessa, Ian, if you're watching, correct him.
I think I know the exact restaurant you're on about.
A goosey, fufu and a goosey.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, so I had a bit of that,
was
and then it was deadly. It was lovely. So it was, really nice. Because when we were in the castle, that's what I was saying to them. It was like when we're out, the two of you have to bring me for like a proper authentic meal.
Nice.
So yeah, no, it was really good.
There was at one point she was like, this could be a fight against the traitors, and it was like Paddy and Eamon. Was it
Traitor
Eamon?
versus traitor versus
They
traitor.
were all like fighting,
Yeah.
and
She got a
he
spot on.
spotted it, but no one else caught on, like at all.
No, see, but we did and we didn't. I can't even remember. Someone actually says it. It's like when she says it, and someone actually goes, "That's actually a good shout. Like that's like that could be a possibility." So, and like even I remember me, I was like that. Oh yeah, but then what you don't say, like the table moves on then from that, and other stuff happens then like that, so you can kind of forget then as well. It's only when you're watching it on telly, it's like, oh, duh, how did you just not cop that? Like, you know that way. But there's so much more that happens. So like, it's hard to go back and pinpoint that one thing that was said.
How long were you around the table? Like, how long did that whole voting period last?
It depended on the night. Some days were quick, so some could have been a half an hour. And you have no concept of time. Like, so you've no watches, there's no clocks. They don't tell you the time, so you don't actually know. But I'll go off what it felt like. Like some felt like maybe a half an hour. Some could have been an hour and a half longer, maybe. Like, you know, that way. So it just depends on what happened that day and if there was a lot of suspicions or not.
We know what you're like with timing, and it ain't good.
What? I was
you
here
so far off on that task.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant on
nothing
time for the.
about timings.
I thought you meant on time for the podcast. I was like, I was here at 7. No, here that was Nick that fucked that up. That wasn't me. I was counting Mississippi. Nick wasn't.
Mississippi.
Yeah, that's our friends. That is. Yeah.
Well, getting back to the end game, hypothetically, Ben, if Nick did make it to the end game with you, do you think he would have sabotaged you, or would you have sabotaged him?
I never would have sabotaged him. I just wouldn't. It's not in me. Even in the game, I don't think it would have been worth it. And I know if we did, Nick would have took it on the chin anyway, and we still would have been mates after. But I wouldn't have done it. That's not in me. And I don't think. Actually, I know Nick wouldn't have done the same. I would have had no problem going after him as a faithful, him traitor. No issue with that. But I don't think either of us would have had our turn on each other.
Right.
I'm just picturing now if it was at the end game and he made it, and him sabotaging it, just giving you one of those.
And a lot of people thought that, like, because like you're obviously looking on social media what people are saying and stuff like that, and a lot of people were thinking that if the two of us did get there, they're like, Nick's definitely gonna do Ben in.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you still message him, or did he ghost you like a bad Tinder date?
Oh no, we talk every day. We talk every day. Yeah, no, it's constantly, and literally just every day we speak for the majority. I speak with him more than I do with my wife.
Friend for life now. Love it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I know you might not be able to say much about what happened within the castle, but if you could reveal one secret that no one saw on the edit, what would it be?
Pressure. I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more of the castle like interactions shown. You know, the strategies that people were doing day to day and all like that. And I know obviously they only have a certain amount of period of time, and especially if stuff has happened, they have to show all of that, so that takes up a lot of the time. But there's a lot more like interactions with each other, and like obviously you're there for so long and hours a day, like the crack that we used to have in there. And I know it's not that type of show where it's like, but like this laughs we used to have in there, just the messing, like it was just madness. We used to mess with the cameraman and all like that. It was gas. Yeah.
Ben, do you have free reign in the castle, or are there some areas that are off limits?
No, we don't have free reign. Obviously, it's whatever the rooms that you see are the rooms that we're allowed in. Like, obviously, it's a big production and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Are you allowed to talk to the crew and each other, like while the cameras aren't rolling, with like ear defenders?
No, so when cameras are cut, we're like segregated in the rooms or whatever like that. We have ear defenders on, and there's not. The game is unbelievable. Like, there could never be a thing said about like interference from like any of the production team or anything like that. They don't get involved at all. They literally just do their job, make sure that the game is going correctly. They don't step in. They don't have any interaction. Like,
yeah.
So you're only wearing the ear defenders when there's crew around, when you're on your own.
When the cameras have stopped filming, so they don't want they don't want you speaking to each other
Oh,
when
so
the
you
cameras
can't
aren't
talk
rolling.
to each other.
No. So everything is recorded that we talk to each other. So
Right.
Makes sense.
That's good to know. Like, what you're saying there is like genuine, and the reactions are genuine as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the interactions that you do have in the morning is with Siobhan when she comes into the breakfast room. Apart from what we see there, or what we've seen on the series, does Siobhan talk to you off camera? And if she does, what's she like? And does she ever break character?
Yeah, Siobhan is brilliant. She was absolutely class at it. She played the role really well. But she also, what she's really good at is reading the room. So like, if like we were messing and she came in, she knew how to crack the whip and get us back down to like bring us back down to. Or if we were a little bit bleeding somber and down, she knew like to crack a joke and like get people back up and all like that. So that's what she was brilliant at. She was really good at reading the room and knowing what to say at that moment in time.
Yeah,
I think she was the first host as well that ever smashed 2 of the frames. Because normally any other host from the other shows, they just do the first one.
Yeah, I think she must have it was probably for the people that she didn't like, you know.
Well, do you know the other thing I liked about Siobhan as well was you were on a mission and she was outside, and then for the rest of it she was just sat on the sofa in one of the rooms, and I was thought, go on Siobhan, that'd be me. Like, I'm not staying outside. I'm going to sit my ass here on the sofa while you
it was brilliant. And then you could see,
wasn't it? Like
and you could see that's when Vanessa got the shield, and she didn't even know Siobhan was sitting there. And then Siobhan says something, and just as Vanessa points the shield, and she was like, "Oh." She's like,
yes.
It was just the bit when you were saying that when she's cracking the whip. When we were watching it, the bit that came out was a character in Derry Girls as the nun.
Yes.
You saw like that character come out of her when she was trying to keep you all in order.
Yeah, and that's it. And like, I don't even think she means to put that on. I think she's just really good at like off the cuff, like doing stuff like that. So like that's why I think she's brilliant. She's like really good at reacting to certain things that happen, like, you know, that way.
Yeah. Especially when she comes in a dress sense as well, that was like over the top, but really good.
Yeah.
Amazing costumes.
Costumes are class.
That she was wearing. I've got a question for you, Ben. Like, obviously, there's so much to like take in when you're playing the game and everything. Are you allowed to like take notes, like in a notepad or anything?
Yeah, like a lot of people did. Like a lot of people, like I know, Ian and stuff like that. They journaled every night. Like, you know, they wrote down who they were suspicious of and stuff like that. And like my wife Kira told me to do the same, but like, I didn't. I was brutal. I didn't.
No, you didn't. Okay.
No, I didn't do it. So I just played the game when I woke up in the morning and played the game, went to bed that night. I didn't try not to think about it too much. I get too deep into like tactics that way. Like,
okay.
I'd love to see Ian's notebook, because I'd say most of that was spot on and stuff she hasn't even said.
She's actually if you go to her socials, I think she does a video about it.
Oh, really?
I think she reads out a bit of her journal.
I'll have to check that out. Ben, the breakfast in the morning, what was that like? Because I didn't see any Irish fry on the table.
No, I couldn't tell you what it tastes like because I was that nervous in the mornings. I didn't eat. I never had the breakfast. There were people there left and right to me scuffing their face with scones and croissants.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, I just wanted coffee. That was it. Like, it was obviously early in the morning. I'd be on me like 6th cup of coffee or something like that. It was just like, couldn't.
You think that'd be
eat.
perfect, Simon, for like Denny's to do product placement, get the black pudding on the table, the Denny's rashers?
Yeah. Just 6 meter fucking length of black pudding or something like that. Yeah.
Just not one cup.
Yeah.
If the Traders did an all-star season, would you return?
Oh, great question.
That is a great question. Yeah, like when I first came out, I would have said no. Like when I came out of the castle and I got dropped back to the meeting place to see Kira for the first time, I just burst out crying to her in the car park. Like them last few days were like, it was very emotional in there and very stressful. And I was like, oh, I'll never do that again. But like then obviously you start to come out at the castle bubble and stuff like that. And I think it was after about 4 or 5 days, then I was like, oh, I'd love to go back in and do it again. And again, you'd play it a different way probably. Even if I went in there now again and I hurt people's feelings, I would take it on the chin a bit more now. I wouldn't get so upset if I was hurting someone's feelings, like, because I know it's a game. But the first time doing it, obviously, it's a bit raw.
Hard.
If you went back in, then what would you want to start off as? Faithful again, or do you want to go through as a traitor?
I'd never want to be a traitor again. Never want to be a traitor again. No.
But you'd have to have Nick in there with you, though. Nick would have to go in with you, so you could be.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like, yeah, sure. We'd be going in there holding hands. Yeah.
Looking back at it, Ben, like what surprised you most about how you were portrayed?
Well, how I was portrayed, obviously, like
In
me
the
and Nick were
edit.
shown as like in the edit as like two like Jack the lads, like alpha males, whatever like that people might want to say it, but like that is the last thing I am in like me real life. You know, like Kira is like, she'd be like the breadwinner in her family, and she'd rule the house. You know, that way. Like, so I don't know, maybe that's why I got let off the leash a little bit and then went a little bit too mad then because of that. Like, but yeah, seeing that then I was just like a little bit, I was like, that's not actually me. But then I was delighted with how it finished with it, like the few touching moments that I had with people and all like that, because that would kind of be more how I am.
Well, the way it ended up at the fire pit, the final endgame fire pit, when did you realize that you'd lost to the Faithfuls? At what point?
If like even people watching it kind of knew, like if at that, the round table where Nick was got, you kind of knew if whichever one, if we went and got Vanessa, Ian probably knew she was going to be gone next. The fact that I knew Nick was gone, I was like, unless they're stupid here now, I'm gone. Like,
elimination.
After you knew you were banished, what was the internal monologue? Like regret, relief, shame, pride?
Probably a bit of everything. Like regret that I didn't win. Obviously, I wanted to bleed money, you know, I wanted to help my family out with the money. Like, regret it that way, but delighted for the girls. Like, I'm really, really good friends with the three of them. Like, and the fact that they won it, I was delighted for them. So, and I was delighted to go back to my family, even though I would have been going back at the same time anyway because I got to the final. But it was the relief of like not having to lie or like going doing shady shit to your friends or whatever like that. But so going through loads of emotions, like literally any emotion you could probably feel I was going through it.
I can only imagine.
Probably like we've touched on before, it was quite an intense environment. And was there anything that you felt that was the hardest part personally, that you just thought, I can't do this anymore, and you were just thinking, this is too much?
It was the switch up and doing stuff to your mates. Like, it was so difficult. Like, there's so many times that Nick had to like pep talk me back. Like, I was like, I feel terrible here, like stirring the pot, like, and it was, even though it's a game, it's people's real emotions. So like when you're seeing them react and get upset, that really affected me. And Nick was like, come on, it's the game, like really try, think about your kids, think about your family. And I found that extremely difficult. Like, it was changing from, especially because it was so late in the game that I switched sides, that all that was left in there were my good friends. And I found that extremely hard.
The decision to banish Faye weighed heavily. How did that affect you emotionally with Faye's, that situation?
That was
so hard. Again, me and Nick, when me and Nick became traitors together, we kind of set out like a plan of our route to the final, basically. And the plan was to bring Faye to the final with us if we were able to do it. And because we thought that she would be the least likely to turn on us. But the days from kind of when Joe went, from then on, it was so tough emotionally for everyone. And we were thinking about it more and more, and people were getting upset more and more. And then the closer we got, it was like, oh, we can't do this to like Faye, like one of our mates. Like it was like, we still thought we could win it, getting rid of her early. So yeah, we just, and Owen at the table made a brilliant speech that night, and that's who we were going for. And like everyone kind of knew she was faithful then.
Yeah.
From this, like it was so, I don't know, I actually can't even remember if it was aired or not. But it was like, it was one of the, she spoke amazing. She did. And she spoke with passion, and yeah, it was brilliant. And it was just like, right, well, we can't go for her now. And all their talk was about going for Ryan at the table. So the next person after that had gotten the more heat was Faye. So we were like, right, we just made a decision. It was at the table. We made that decision. Like,
so how is yours and Faye's relationship now?
No, we're all good. Yeah, no, it's like, obviously she was upset when she went out and all like that, but no, it's like that at the start. It takes a few days to get away of it, and then it's like you forget about it. You just realize it's a game, and everything goes back to normal. Like, no, we're all good. Like,
let's talk about the round table on episode 10 when Joanna was banished. It was arguably the most intense round table of the season. The other girls have gotten a lot of heat online about it, the way it was approached and stuff. Can you talk us through what that table was like on the day and leading up to it?
Yeah, from the mission that day was like the trustworthy challenge, like, and that was a vicious mission. Like, you know,
the flames, isn't it?
The flames, yeah, putting the flames out of the least trustworthy person, or the person that you feel is least trustworthy. And like, I voted for Wilkin in that, like, and it's not that I didn't think he was trustworthy. It was just like I couldn't trust what he was saying sometimes.
Right.
But like, you don't, even though you know people in there, you don't know some of them as well as to make that conclusion either, like that. So some people were just going with what they felt others were going with, you know, that way. So from then on, that kind of set the tone for the whole day, and I kind of went on like that into the round table. And yeah, obviously in at the round table, and I've been involved with it myself when I've gotten into a few heated situations, everyone says and does stuff in there. Like everyone, absolutely everyone has either said or done something in there in the heat of the moment that they didn't mean, or they said it in a certain way that they didn't mean for it to come across, and it looks like a certain way. And that's just how telly is and stuff like that. And obviously they show it for entertainment purpose. But and it doesn't, like, Jo felt how she felt in that moment. So like, that's how she was feeling. And the girls obviously didn't mean for it to come across that way. So like, it was perfect combination of both things coming together and making a bad situation out of it when no one meant any harm in it. And it was tough. It was tough in there. And that's why when it was great as a traitor, because like they're bleeding, killing each other, and we didn't have to do that. But again, as well, still I was finding that tough, like knowing that like as Jo stands up there and like says what she says and like how obsessed she is, and it was really difficult to see that. And then even after that, then when the girls got upset about how like Jo was faithful and like how they thought that they made her feel, which they never, like all the girls in there are lovely, like I'm telling you, heart to go, like brilliant girls, like. So I felt bad for both groups, like, you know, that way. So that was the hard part, being in the middle as like a traitor, knowing that it's us, that not that we caused that situation, like we didn't do that and they're like that, me and Nick, that just happened naturally. But knowing that like we're the people on the other side and watching all them go at each other for miscommunication was actually brutal to see. Like, it was hard to watch.
Yeah, really hard. Ben, you mentioned like with being in, you talk about it in the episode, but you mentioned about being in the Irish Defence Forces and how people might perceive you. You mentioned that you've only cried a handful of times in front of your wife and you find it hard to show vulnerability. But at the end of the show, you, of course, shared that both your parents had gone through cancer diagnosis and thankfully recovered. Like, how did that shape your outlook on resilience and the challenges?
Yeah, so going to the whole like vulnerability thing is like, and I don't know, like it's in the army. That's not like a thing where they like try instill that in you, like, you know, it's not that. But I don't know, I think it just naturally happens when a lot of men are together. They don't like showing emotions to each other. It's just, I think it's just a natural thing, rightly or wrongly. But that's kind of what I've grown up with. And even with my wife, like that, as I say, like she only seen me cry a handful of times. I tend to get upset on my own. Like if I have something to upset, I'll go to, like, if I'm in bed or if I'm in the car or something like that, I'm feeling a bit down after something, like if something big happened or something like that, I'd kind of rather be and deal with it on my own beforehand. But in the castle, then it was Vanessa had spoken about lovely stuff about her life, and then she goes into how much of a difficult upbringing she had and like stuff she went through. So I went after her, and her after like standing there and sharing what she went through. I wasn't planning on bringing up anything about my parents and stuff like that, but I felt that she put herself out there, like, and what would I'd have to do the same. Like, I couldn't go back and not be honest then after what she's after doing there. So yeah, I said that, like, obviously, and then me, man, dad have been through a lot. Like, our whole family has been through a lot in a short period of time, but 2 brilliant outcomes for our family. They came through at the right end, and I'm just so happy. And yeah, it's kind of shaped me being able to, you know, grit me teeth and bat. And like, I know if I'll ever touch wood or end up in a health scare or anything like that, I know, like, seeing me, man, dad fight and like proper go through hell, like, fight and come through the other end. I know that, like, I'll be ready to do the same thing if like that time ever came in my life. So yeah.
100%.
I think I guess what I'm trying to get at is I really commend you for like showing that vulnerability. And I think, like you say, I think men find it difficult to open up, but I also think it's really important that you don't go through things alone. I know you mentioned that you're the type of person that would, you know, reflect on your own and maybe have a cry on your own. But I personally think, and I'm sure the guys on the podcast agree, we've talked about men's mental health before on a previous episode, but it's so important to, you know, have someone that you can talk to. And the fact that you were so visibly vulnerable on national TV, I commend you for. Yeah. And I was just wondering that since being on the show, and obviously people now being able to see that, and, you know, has your perception of kind of being vulnerable and open, you know, emotionally, has it changed?
Yeah, like 1,000,000%. It's the one thing I said when I came out. It's what I said to Kira straight away. I was like, I told, obviously she's only hearing about the show from me, like she hadn't seen it then, and I was just telling her like that it was so tough. I found things hard, like that I got upset a few times, and she was like, great, like that's what kind of I've always kind of wanted. And it's the thing that I wanted to take out of the show. It's the biggest thing I've taken out of the show, is to not be afraid. Like, and then that's why when I got out of the car park, I just broke down in front of her, like, you know, that way. And it's the best thing I've taken from it, and it's probably the best thing that she's taken from it as well, that I'm able to confide in her. Not that I didn't confide in her, but actually proper, you know, I'm not holding back a little bit, you know, that way. So yeah, and again, for a relationship, again, it's like you've done the world a good even.
Nice one, mate. Nice one. And I'm sure, like, you must get, you know, there's obviously like on location counselling. You have a psychotherapist that you can talk to, or.
Yeah, and even since the show has been aired, or even since we came out of Castle, Richard has been on after. It's been brilliant. Like, they're always on to you. Like, if you ever have any questions, always making phone calls, checking in with you. Like,
that's amazing. Really, really cool.
Ben, we'll talk about life after the show. So viewers saw Ben the traitor. What's the part of you that they didn't see on the show as traitor or faithful?
I suppose like just the family man that I am. Like, you know, like that's basically what my life is about me wife and me 2 kids, and obviously me wider family. But like, that's what my day-to-day life is just looking after me kids. And yeah, so obviously you don't see that, but that's the side that's the side of me that is most prominent in my life. And yeah, that's the most side. That's when I'm at my happiest as well. Like,
yeah, love that.
Well, we're definitely seeing it on your TikTok, because I think they've got videos of you with the kids clambering all over you, and
yeah. So that's like that. My life is in bleeding funky monkeys or something like that on a Saturday, or swimming. That's my life.
That's a play area in Dublin, in Ireland, just for you street. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, we have funky monkeys up here.
Yeah, well, ours is better.
Yeah. Shut up. So, Ben, when people look back, do you want to be remembered as Ben the traitor, or Ben the faithful, or Ben just the person behind it all?
I don't know. I think I preferred being a faithful, but I preferred watching myself as a traitor.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's when I was watching myself as a faithful, that's more the moments when I had a cringe and looking at myself. But when I was a traitor, I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed them episodes more for some reason. Even though the castle, I didn't like it as much.
Going into the castle, did you want to be a faithful or a traitor at the start?
I wanted to be a traitor. I think everyone wants to be a traitor,
Everyone
but they
does,
don't
yeah.
know actually how mentally taxing it is. Yeah, but I think I'd say 99% of people would go in there and I'm glad I was, because I got to get the whole experience. Like, but
Yeah.
it is so much tougher. Like,
Looking back as well, two of the key values is trust and loyalty within the castle. And coming out of the castle now, how has it changed how you value trust and loyalty in everyday life? Has it changed at all, or has it stayed the same?
no, it's kind of stayed the same. I always, because I have the same core group of friends, like, you know, who I've always trusted, and like, so like nothing has changed there. No one, bar like obviously people from the shows came in and all like that, but like my life generally just has the same people in it all the time, so I never have to question whether I trust or who's loyal to me. I've grown up with them since I was a kid, like, so
Right.
I never have to question any of that. So it's, nothing's really changed for me since I came out.
Well, now, obviously, having finished the show, what's been the weirdest interaction or comment that you've had from a stranger?
Oh,
It was a stranger, but it wasn't a stranger. It was actually very funny. I was on my lunch break there a couple of last week, was I? And I was in the shop and I was paying for my roll and I'm walking out. And the security guard is looking at me like, he's looking at me, goes, "You look like your man Ben from the Traitors." And I was just like looking over my shoulders and like, "It is." And he goes, "Yeah, you fucking murdered my daughter." I was like, "What?" It was Amy's dad. It was.
No.
Yeah. But he broke out laughing straight after he said it. Like, he's taking the piss out of me. Like,
You fucking murdered my daughter.
I shit myself for about 3-4 seconds, and then he started laughing. I was like, ah.
squeaky bum time.
Yeah. I was like,
chances.
yeah.
Of madness.
And it was literally the day after I had murdered Amy on the, like, that it was aired, and I was like, and he said, "What are the chances of me fucking meeting him?" And I was like, "Oh,
Jesus, that's
got a
Dublin
picture
for
with
you.
him and all, like, that was gas."
What was in your role?
Chicken fillet.
Oh,
Yeah.
there
I
we
got
go.
those. I forced these guys when they came down to visit me to get chicken fillet roll, so they get the full Irish
Yeah.
experience. It's a
Yeah,
staple.
you have to.
It's got to
Have
be the
to.
spicy one.
I have to. Yeah, spicy has to be all day. Yeah.
Well, you already mentioned, Ben, that you went out for dinner with Vanessa and Ian. You're still in contact with Nick, but who else apart from those are you still staying in touch with, and who has received the text by order of the traitors you have been blocked?
No, we're actually we had that night on Tuesday, like the finale where we were all together. That was the first time where everyone was together for the first time. Like, there's been times people have met up and not everyone could make it and stuff like that. But I get along. Honestly, I get along with everyone. I'm really close to Dave, Mark, Eamon, Nick, Vanessa, Ian. I'll be really close to Amy. I'll be really close to Amy. But I keep in contact with everyone. Like, I talk to the majority of them every day. Like, you know, that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Dave,
It's just some of
the
them are
second-
easier. Some of them are easier to meet up with because of like where they live and
Location.
stuff like that. You know that way.
Let's see that. See, as soon as Dave came on and I was watching it with these three, straight away I remembered. Do you remember the TikTok of him with his glass lens missing? He was at like Electric Picnic or something.
Yeah.
As soon as he popped up, I was like,
Oh, was
"That's
he
him,
the
TikTok."
gardener?
Yeah, the gardener guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was nice.
Oh dear, Danny, what do you like?
I'm
So, Ben,
sorry.
what advice would you give future contestants?
Think what you think it might be going in. You might have a notion of thinking, "Oh, I'd be really good at this." I said, "Don't get too big for your boots." That was the mistake I made. End up getting too big for my boots. End up thinking I knew the game more than I did. Thinking I was mentally prepared more than I was. Like, as much as you think you are prepared for the game, you're not prepared. Like, no one can be prepared for as much as it comes at you. So just know that. Don't be afraid to stick your neck out and stuff like that. Don't do it at the start. Ease your way into the game. Yes, still have your opinions, but don't have strong opinions. Yeah, so I at the start I always like let someone else say something, and then I just put in a little small point. So I'm not being quiet, so I can't be pinpointed for that. But I'm not being loud and going after someone until I got my foot in the game and people kind of understood me, and then I started to go after people. Exactly, yeah.
Because like, was it Paddy and Andrew? Like, them two were at it, and it was like father and son. There was a bit of a
it was brilliant to watch back when he made that, like, the misremembering old man comment. I was like, no, I'm not talking about Patrick, I'm talking about you. It's like, it was a cracker. It was a beaut.
So what's next for you now, Ben? Is it back to normal life, or are you going to take a leaf out of Owen's book and turn influencer with your biscuits on a plate?
I don't. I'm back to work already. Like my life has just gone back to normality there, like that. I'm back to work 9 to 5. Just working away. I'll still keep plugging away at I'm brutal at it. But I'm only learning as well, like that. I've never had social media, so I'm only on it, so I'm only learning. So gonna keep tipping away at it, and if something comes from it, really good. I'd love to explore opportunities and stuff like that. But if nothing comes from it, I'd be just as happy to go back to my normal life. No issues either way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Ben. So what we do now is we play our regular quiz. And I think you'll like this one because it's Traitors Island themed. Ooh. So as always, I need to hear your buzzers. So Jake, let's hear your buzzer, please.
Okay, this is my buzzer.
Welcome to the conclave.
Indeed.
I think that was taken from your first day in the conclave.
Welcome to the conclave. Right, Rachel, let's hear your buzzer, please.
This is mine.
Traitor! Oh, Jesus!
Yes.
Blew the eardrums off me.
Turn your volume down for that one.
I'm definitely not going to struggle to hear Rachel's one. Right, James, let's hear yours.
Did he look after me or did he look after me?
Did he look after me or did he look after me? Love it. And Ben, what's your buzzer going to be?
Boring Ben. Yeah, just a Ben.
Lovely. All right. Well, good luck to you. There are 5 questions, and I do have a tiebreaker if needed. Here we go with question number 1. First buzzer. What is contestant Nick's occupation?
Ben.
Did he look after me or did he look after me?
Ben Donahue.
He's a real estate agent.
Is the correct answer. Yes, he is an estate agent. Is he still doing that now? Yeah. No? Okay. Right. Question number 2. Little tricky one here. The Traitors first launched in the Netherlands in 2021. What is the Dutch title of the show called?
Did he look after me or did he look after me?
James.
The Schnitzels.
It's not German.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything in Dutch.
Who's done their Traitors' homework?
The clogs.
Yeah.
I don't even want to have a guess because it might come out controversial with the Dutch accent. The traitors.
No, it's not. Rachel, do you want to have a guess?
No idea.
No. Okay, well, it was a toughie. It's Die Verraders. Die
Verraders.
Verraders.
Okay.
Yes, that you learn something new on Meet in the Middle podcast.
Every
All right,
day.
no points. So 1 point to Ben right now. Here we go with question number 3. In Derry Girls, host of The Traitors, Siobhan McSweeney, played a Catholic nun who was headmistress of Our Lady Immaculate College. Her character was called Sister what?
Did he look after me or did he look after me?
James.
Sister Mary Clarence, I don't know. I've never seen
It's not Sister Mary Clarence. Rachel.
I was
She's
going to say
Protestant, she
Sister
won't
Mary
get
as
this.
well. I was going to say Sister Mary. But yeah, it's wrong.
It's incorrect. Would you like a little clue?
Yeah.
What?
And
You
I
can
will
give us-
allow James and Rachel to be able to buzz back in. You got to have faith. Faith for faith for faith.
Welcome to the conclave.
Ben.
Jake.
I don't know why. Sister Michelle.
No.
Ben.
Oh, I get it.
Ben Donahue.
Sister Michael.
It is Sister Michael. It's actually Sister George Michael.
Is
So
it?
you get the point. Yes.
Is
No
it?
way.
Yes. So 2 points to Ben. All right, here we go with question number 4. The Traitors Island was filmed in Slane Castle. Which famous band took
Did
up
he look
residence?
after me or did he look after me?
Jake.
That was James.
That was me.
Oh, James, sorry.
Famous band took there's a year in this. I'm gonna go. I think Queen played there, so I'm gonna say Queen.
Incorrect. Rachel, you buzzed in.
You too?
is the correct answer. Yes, in 1984, they took up residence to record their album, The Unforgettable Fire. In Slane Castle, it was O2. O2? U2. So 2 points to Ben, 1 to Rachel. Here we go with question number 5. Which contestant on the Traitors Island drives 1 hour just to get a haircut? Traitor! Rachel.
Owen?
Incorrect.
Wait.
I think Ben came in next.
Did he look after me?
Oh,
Ben?
Oh.
No, go on, Giles. Let him for Giles.
it's Ben.
It is Ben.
I just remembered seeing that somewhere online. It only popped into my head.
Yes, you drive an hour to get your haircut.
Yeah, because me barber's is by me old barracks that I used to be in Rathmines. So I never changed it when I left there. So I still have to drive all the way from Sanctuary to
You're as
Rathmines to
bad
go
as
get my hair.
James. He won't
Yeah.
cheat on his barber.
Yeah,
either.
I drive 45 minutes into town.
All right, so Ben 2, James 1, Rachel 1. That means that Ben, you are our winner of the Traitors themed
Lovely.
quiz. Well
Cash
done.
prize? Was there a cash prize for that?
There is no cash prize, I'm afraid.
Shit.
Do you want to hear what the tiebreaker question was? And you did actually touch on it earlier. Across all episodes that featured the round table, exactly how many votes in total did Ben receive from fellow contestants?
0.
Big fat 0. Yeah. Well done, Ben.
Thanks very much. Wasn't it's the only thing I did win to do with the Traitors anyway.
You still get no money.
Yeah. God, win I get no money, I lose I get no money. You know, that's the story.
Sorry.
Can't win either way. Okay, well, the test is not done there yet. So I've got a rapid fire round for you, Ben. I want you to answer as honestly as possible and as quick. The first thing that comes into your mind, contestant you trusted the least.
Christine, because she was always coming for me. She was always after me.
Most dramatic at the round table.
Most dramatic at the round table. Oh, Vanessa.
Who was the most two-faced?
Oh, you can't be doing that to me, huh? Me.
That's
Safe answer.
that. The biggest drama magnet in the castle.
Nick, probably, because, he just put his neck out on the line so much that there's
Oh, is
always
it
drama
Bonnie?
with him,
Body, yeah.
Yeah, it's tight between the two. Especially Pordy when he was like, I'm not a fucking hugger. So the person who secretly loved the spotlight the most.
Not secretly, Vanessa. She was open and honest about it. She loves
She
the spotlight.
was, yeah.
She's open and honest about it. She was like, she loves the camera.
What was it Patrick said? You never passed a mirror you didn't like the look of.
Yeah. But she loves it. That she's honest about it. She knows. She doesn't try to hide it.
Who was the most paranoid?
Mark, I'm gonna say paranoid because when he was in the trailer with
Yeah.
and he was mad paranoid that there was another 2 traitors in there when there was no traitors at all. So that's the only thing that comes to my head straight away. But he
Yeah.
wasn't paranoid in
Hard
general.
not for all of you to be paranoid.
Yeah.
Really.
This is a tough one. Banish, murder, or shield? Pordy, Vanessa, or Eamon?
Banish party.
Okay.
Murder Vanessa because she's already won and sure I should have gone. We should have murdered her. And then I'd give Eamon the shield.
If you were an OG traitor, who would you have murdered first?
Oh.
I would have done actually what they would have done. What they did do, I would have got rid of Dave straight away because he was a big personality and it was like best off. Yeah, don't let him get ahead in the game.
Who should have won?
Nick.
And the final one, looking back at the edit, which contestant surprised you the most?
Owen.
Good
Because
answer.
she was quiet in there. She was brilliant, but it's only when you look back at it that how brilliant she actually was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was good. The whole thing was brilliant, and I can't
Start
wait
to finish.
for everyone to be able to watch it on BBC iPlayer and everything. Oh, so good.
Well, that wraps up the end of this episode. Ben, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And thanks so much for being so entertaining on the Traitors. We loved it from start.
Thanks very much for having us. Really appreciate it. Fair play.
Cheers, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
That's all for this week. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
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 Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more where that came from.
So hit subscribe and don't miss the next Unhinged confessional.
And hit that bell icon and turn on notifications. Trust me, next week's episode is wild.
Are you still here? Click that video already. You know you want to.